dare I say it, James?
Huh.
2-game winning streak
What?
out of Carolina Panthers and 3-0 at home. Oh my God. Here's what it was awesome about. One, ton of Cowboys fans. Just go ahead and be honest. A whole bunch of Cowboys fans. A whole bunch of Charlotte Cowboys fans left with their tail between their legs. But what I was most impressed with the Carolina Panthers was when you run the football efficiently and consistently, it really takes the pressure off your quarterback, and it actually galvanizes your defense. They don't feel like, here we go again. The defense for the Carolina Panthers, they were consistent. They were able to contain Dak Prescott, who's playing really good football, who's going through his progressions.
Understatement. He's playing awesome.
Awesome. Going through his progressions. But one of the things I keep seeing, what does the Carolina Panthers do with Chuba Hubbard, who's earned that contract because his contract was up, and Rico now showing that offense just looks different when he's in the lineup.
It does, man. So what's happened the last 2 weeks? Let's just not just say what Rico Dowdle's done, which, by the way, he had 30 carries for 183 yards against his former team in Week 6.
Hey, buckle up.
In this game, Steve, and by the way, he did not hide how badly he wanted to play well in this game, and I loved it. I loved every second of it. In this game, they had over 400 total yards, over 200 yards rushing, and over 25 first downs. You know the last time they did that? The week before against Miami. So this offense, it's not just him. That's my point. You're seeing it in its totality.
And they're having multiple guys on offensive line get hurt.
Yes.
All right, showing the depth that you may not thought was there, but it's there.
Because that's an expensive offensive line.
That's expensive offensive line, and some of the expensive people are not playing because of injury, not because they can't show up. It's they literally have some things that are making them making it extremely difficult to play the game.
Yeah. So when you texted me, I think like after this game or whatever, you're like, man, I actually really like the way the defense played. Like
I love the way the defense played.
You said that to me, and is there a part of that when you see your offense run the football that way, your offense stay on the field? I mentioned the first downs. That's the point I'm getting at. The sustained drives. How does that help that has to help your defense in the way that they are approaching the game as well.
It helps your defense the same way if your defense isn't playing great and the offense, everybody, they won't say it out loud, but you're always looking at the person who isn't, you feel, carrying their weight.
Yes.
Right? When you chopping wood and they say, man, I'm chopping wood, and you're going,
Splinters.
I'm looking. Yeah, I don't see it. I don't see. You haven't added to your pile in a very long time.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and the difference is the running game is opening up Bryce to throw the intermediate game, which I think that's what Bryce is. He feels more comfortable in the intermediate game because it's taking him a little bit. When that rush comes, he still's dropping his eyes a little bit. The footwork gets a little wonky.
I didn't see it on the touchdown to T-Mac, though, the second one. That was I liked his eye where watch a little, boop, I'm good. My eyes stay downfield. Yeah, there we go.
Yep.
Can I say something about this right here, Steve? This is what I liked when I was watching this game. By the way, this was maybe the most entertaining game of Sunday in a week of dogs in terms of games. I like him under center.
Yeah, they started off under center.
The whole first drive, I'm like, this is under center. And they're running the ball well out of this. Like, I like the way the offense looks when he gets under center.
He looks better. Here's some of the things that people see. Go back. He started to a little bit. You saw him?
I remember this play. Yeah, I remember this play.
Look at
the oh, what do I do? Regrouped.
It's a good route, a little out.
That was a real good route.
In and out. But
make him fall down. It's always a good route.
the DB fell down is because of the way the route was ran.
That's what I said.
Really,
no, that's my point. I said it's a good route.
I was emphasizing it as well because, people like to want to hear
you mean, I get what you're saying. Yeah. No,
so
he made him fall down.
Oh, yeah, he made him fall down. Excellent route. It's a really good job. Awesome. Getting his first career touchdown. I think giving it to his grandfather. So that was super dope to watch that after the game, man. But pretty impressed with the Carolina Panthers and how look at I tell you, Derek Brown, like double teams. He's slanging people on double teams. Just the way he's able to play. Alshon Robinson. They got a lot of different players. Wallace, Rose Bloom. Those guys are playing outstanding.
Mm-hmm.
It's been really cool to watch. And I'll say it. I thought for a while that Evero was maybe putting guys in compromising situations in regards of the lack of ability to sometimes get a consistent pass rush and leaving your secondary out on the island to be picked apart. I noticed against New England, Dre Make was going to work. He had all day, every day. And that has changed. It's changed because they're getting better. Guys are understanding how to do things. They got Trevor Wallace. He's figuring out how to play the linebacker position because he knows how to play linebacker. He did not know how to play linebacker in the NFL. To be an impact player, it's taking him some time, and he's starting to show. And was tied for leading the team in tackles, solo tackles. So that's really awesome to see.
Yeah, and I look at some of these other quarterbacks that have success really early, Steve, and what do some of them have the luxury of? A defense that gets stops, and you don't put too much on yourself. And Bo Nix lived that way in his rookie year last year. It was, I'm just not going to make mistakes because my defense is going to get me the ball back anyways. So I'm just going to try to play a little bit more smart and conservative, and there's not as much pressure on my shoulders to go out there and make plays. And I'm kind of curious if you've seen that in Bryce, to where sometimes he makes these splash plays and these crazy, and then sometimes he misses these layups that are there. I just wonder if a defense gets it together, what does that do for a young quarterback in terms of how they're approaching their drives?
I think what we're seeing, what it does is it makes a quarterback who's efficient continue to grow. Getting to efficiency is extremely critical. Yeah. How about the Cincinnati Bengals? Are they looking for getting efficient? That's why they traded within the division to get a quarterback. Say, hey, man, all we need is a chance. Not a chance.
Just put it in the vicinity of Jamar, please. Joe, I know you can still throw, right? But it's somewhere near Jamar.
And so I say efficient because before you can be great, you got to kind of be efficient and then consistent. And then it just snowballs from there in a good way.
Yeah. Look at the two teams that probably have, in my opinion, and I'm not alone in this, I don't think, the two most efficient offenses in football. And probably Seattle and Indianapolis. No lie, right? Balance, efficiency, ability to go out there. Their defenses are good.
Yes, but they also are, I think the Carolina Panthers, by drafting 2 first-round receivers, were trying to arm Bryce with success because let's use Miami as an example.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Take the Miami Dolphins. You can't do anything about Tyreek Hill getting hurt. That wasn't in the plans. Nobody goes, hey, just in case we lose our guy, we got this.
Unicorn.
That doesn't happen. But what we are seeing and what is happening in Miami is when you put that much money in a quarterback, on one side. Now you are increasing the workload for your quarterback. Your quarterback now has to carry it and make everybody better. Well, that's the problem. You can't. Tua is not the type of quarterback, and I think Bryce is the same way. He's not the type of quarterback that can carry a team, and there's nothing wrong with that.
The two teams I just mentioned, those quarterbacks are playing great, and they're not having to carry everything. I get what you're saying.
You can't carry, and when you start to carry, when a guy has to carry, he overthinks, he overdoes, and he tries to do way too much on a play when sometimes, bro, all you got to do is snap the ball and hand it off. So what I'm seeing with Bryce is as he continues to show that he's consistent and he's productive, my only caveat is that doesn't mean, put him in that top, because his contract's going to be up pretty soon. That doesn't mean put him in that top category, because now you're going to lose some pieces.
Yep. Oh, of course. Then
and
you have
if
to
you
carry.
lose those pieces, man, that's when you lose those pieces and you start to put that on there. Not everybody is Josh Allen, man. Mm-hmm. They're not.
Yeah. Well, that's the problem, Steve. We get too enamored with that group of, I call them the four horsemen, essentially, the four unicorns that are in the NFL right now playing the quarterback position, in Burrow, Lamar, and Josh Allen, and Patrick Mahomes. And then anybody who's not part of that, you can't win with. That's not true. The problem is the league has a penchant for paying those guys that are in the tiers down too much money. You're paying Trevor Lawrence $55 million a year. You're paying Tua $55 million a year. Like, you're hamstringing the rest of your unit.
When you do that, you also have to convince that other player whose contract is coming up, hey, you cannot desire to be in the top 5 in APY. We don't have the cap room. So now you're trying to convince players to stay on the team at a discount. And his discount is paying someone else. And so that's where the draft comes in, where they try to get.
You have to draft well then.
You got to draft well, get a hell of a player on the cheap. Mm-hmm. But then when they become free agents, you don't want to pay them top dollar. You want to say, hey, man, you're our top guy. You're our number one wide receiver. Number one wide receivers then get paid XYZ.
30 to 40.
Yeah. Oh, well, my checking and savings is not, really don't really work like that. Man, I don't care about your checking and savings. Mm-hmm. I want to be in the top 5.
Yeah. The two, and I like that we're mentioning these two other offenses that don't have the quarterback that's that. But both, like, Indy has the number one runner in football in Jonathan Taylor.
A heck of a wide receiver room. Wow.
Big time. Go watch that episode where we broke down that offense. And then Seattle, now they're not running it as well as they want to, but they consistently run it. They don't get away from it. Even if it's not working, they continue to run it. So my point with that is both of these quarterbacks, you see them thrive in the play action game, in the boot game. And I think you saw in this game with Bryce, like, when you're running it well, he can be effective in those type of plays where you want to move him anyways.
Well, here's why he can be effective. You have the whole playbook at your disposal. Man, we can't say they had the whole playbook at their disposal when you're down by 20, down by 17. You looking for the get back in the damn game plays. Where are they?
Bryce,
right? You're trying to
make it happen. Yeah.
You're trying to figure out how do we get here?
Where's the part of the sheet here that says we get 14 points on this play?
Yeah. There's not. And so that's why, it's extremely critical that, one, obviously draft them well, but then two, the key guys that you bring in, they got to understand their roles, right? So now here's the dangerous part. The dangerous part now for the Carolina Panthers is their fan base now going to expect something that's so unrealistic that anything now that they do, if they fall, oh, they're disappointed. And I don't think it is. I think this is a team who I think they got a running back issue. They got a running back controversy, and they're going to have to figure out what to do with Chuba. When you watch Rico Dowdle run the football, he is such a better, more instinctive, hits the hole with a lot more juice and aggressive. And he could catch the football out of the backfield when you compare him to Chuba Hubbard. I'm sorry, that's just facts.
Well, first off, the dude's running like Bo Jackson in Tecmo Super Bowl. You don't take him off the field.
Oh, wow.
Like, I mean, Steve, these stats are insane, and what he's doing, and the yards after the yards after contact are higher than most guys are getting for yards per carry, right? It's like it's incredible. So you can't take him off the field. You can't stop what's working right now. What I just mentioned about the 400 yards of total offense and over 200 yards rushing and over 25 first downs back-to-back games, like that is doing everything for, when we started this conversation, all three phases of your offense and of all three phases of your team. So, of course, you need to do it. It's helping your quarterback and helping your entire offensive unit operate at a higher level. And you have the Jets coming to town. You're playing the Jets next week. And so what I would do is, you can't, obviously, depth matters. You got to play. And a lot of times teams think about it, Steve, and I'm paying this room. Right? It's kind of the way the Falcons, and go watch our Falcons episode. Yeah, it's kind of the way the Falcons look at their room. I know you don't want to be in that situation.
Well,
but,
so this is what I'm asking.
Yeah.
You've been a reporter for a long time.
Yeah.
How do coaches and organizations manage where they just paid a guy, but the guy behind him, he might be a lot better.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do you do?
I would say this. It's definitely something that you have to massage. It's definitely something that you have to make sure is handled the right way in your building. I think being transparent. I think being upfront. I'm just going to keep going with your roster to make sure that everybody knows exactly where you stand as a coach. I think the last thing you do, Steve, is you say one thing to one guy and you say another thing to another guy. I think you need to be completely truthful. But when it's this clear cut, Steve, it's not an argument. It's not
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. I'm getting paid. Well, I'm true, but I'm getting paid to be the number one, and I'm receiving a check. But I'm also watching my starting job leave, and it's out of my hands. And so now their running back or the receiver's going, man, I just need to get in. I need to get my touches. Bro,
you do too much.
It's not, you don't need more touches. He's just a better back than you. He hits the hole better. He runs faster. He doesn't tiptoe. It's you can see the offense is operating. What Rico has become, he's become the tone setter.
You can't take the tone setter off the field. Like, not when you become the identity of the offense. I mean, essentially that's what it's become a little bit now, right? Like, that's where they are offensively. You don't make it. But I think, Steve, this one's actually easier than some other ones because it's like,
how do you think it's easier? Like, how do you think it's easier? Because one guy's like, man, if I wouldn't have got hurt, he wouldn't have. Yeah, that's
totally
true.
Get it. Totally get it. If the guy comes in and goes, what if Rico? I'm saying this. It's easier this way than if Rico would come in and got like 105 in each one of these games and a touchdown, and he's done right. He's running all over the place, and he's got explosive runs, and he's running between the tackles, and he's doing all the things you want.
Catching the ball out of the backfield, picking up the blitz.
Like, that's my point. When this guy's checking every box, I mean, Chuba plays the same position. He has to understand that he's doing it at a high level. Yeah. I would think.
But you never understand it. When
it's never easy.
To you. When it's happening to you, you're just like, no, not this guy.
Exactly. But it's like, it's never easy. I guess that was maybe the wrong word if I said it. But it's it's more of a clear-cut conversation with the way Rico's played the last 2 weeks. Like, it's been that dominant. So I think that's a part of it. So here's the deal, and we'll finish with this. You have the Jets next week, right? After the Jets, what do you have? The Bills?
Yes.
So
it's
how big
the
is this Jets game? They're 0-6. Like, I think you lose all your momentum, Steve, that you've gained from these two games if you lose to the 0-6 Jets.
Is the Jets game a trap game?
Are the Panthers now in the conversation of a team that can be part of a trap game on the other side?
Because we can say that Justin Fields has not been playing good, but the first game showed us he has the potential.
Totally.
Whether you believe it or not, it happened. Yes. Right? I don't believe it. It doesn't happen. It doesn't matter what you believe.
But guess what? London also happened too for Justin Fields.
Yes.
Yes.
So, if Justin Fields doesn't show up and he's hesitant Harry like he's been, and the defense, here's what I'm interested to see too. Sauce Gardner. Where is Sauce at? Or should I? And I know he's going. It just may cause a response out of him, but man, Ahmad need to start showing up. Ahmad Gardner, because Sauce, I think a little tart, bland.
What they're doing in New York right now is interesting, Steve, because what you tried to do with Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji is we're creating a new culture. We're going to show people that if you play well here, and you're drafted here, you're going to get rewarded, and we're going to make sure we do that before we even get going. And they gave Garrett Wilson his deal, and they gave Sauce Gardner his deal. The thought is, why'd you pay these two guys? They haven't done anything in terms of accomplishing anything in terms of winning in this league. And then there's the other side of the coin. Like I said, you're going to say these are cornerstones. We're going to lock them in early. We're going to do deals early. But you gave them top of the market deals. This is part of what happens when you're trying to turn an organization like Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are trying to do.
Yeah, it takes time.
And it takes time.
Patience.
Yeah, they got a lot of patience right now, but they're 0-6. So I just think this is a huge game for the Panthers, honestly, with what they've done in the last 2 weeks. And then you have the Bills and the Packers coming up after this game against the Jets. So I think with the way you've played the last 2 weeks, Steve, it's a big game, honestly.
Huge.
Because I think you want to prove people for, the Panthers fans that have believed what's happened the last 2 weeks, you want to keep them and keep what you got going on in the room going.
Yeah. The only thing is the Bills have shown you, and the Packers have shown you. You give them you give them a 10-point head start. They're not losing. They're not going to allow you to come back the way the Miami Dolphins did, or the Arizona Cardinals. Now, whether it's garbage time or not, that game with the Cardinals became very interesting, and it was something that no one saw coming. There were some opportunities missed by the Carolina Panthers, but they gave themselves a fighting chance, and that was pretty impressive.
Yeah, totally. It's fun to watch this, man.
It really is. It's been really fun to watch and see, and then especially with so many Dallas Cowboys fans, it being a home game, it was pretty. I heard, I was at a wedding, but I heard it was a smaller crowd, but you can tell the hardcore Panther fans, and then you obviously, Cowboys fans are like college teams. They just travel well.
Yeah, exactly. Two things. The helmets were fire.
Oh, helmets are dopey-de-dope.
They are outstanding.
I actually got to get mine from the other. Got to get my helmet from Brian in the other studio, so I could put this. On the wall.
Yeah, I want to see that. And two, they broke Jerry. Jerry didn't talk after the game. Jerry talks after every game. Jerry Jones did not talk after this game. He was nowhere to be found to the media.
Oh wow.
The Panthers broke Jerry. Okay.